At some point, you don't leave the pain, not because it's strong, but because you are no longer sure who you are without it. And this is where most people get confused. They think healing should feel like relief, like freedom, like finally being able to breathe. But often, it feels like the opposite. It feels empty, disorienting, unsettling. And no one tells you this part. Because healing doesn't just remove pain, it removes structure. For a long time, your nervous system learned how to survive inside a specific emotional climate. Maybe it was anxiety, maybe sadness, maybe hypervigilance, maybe emotional numbness. Whatever it was, your brain adapted to it, not emotionally, biologically. Your thoughts adjusted, your reactions adjusted, and your identity quietly followed. Pain stopped being something you experienced. It became something you organized yourself around. You knew who you were there. You knew how to function, how to explain yourself, how to relate to others, and most importantly, you knew what to expect. The brain values that more than peace. Because predictability means survival. So when healing begins, something strange happens. The pain loosens, but so does your sense of self. And suddenly, your nervous system asks a terrifying question. If I'm not this anymore, then who am I? This is where people turn back. Not because the pain was good, but because the unknown feels worse than suffering you understand. The brain doesn't interpret healing as safety. It interprets it as loss of identity, and loss, to the nervous system, feels like danger. That's why calm can feel boring, why stability feels wrong, why silence makes you restless. You're not addicted to pain. You're attached to the version of yourself that knew how to survive it. So when that version starts to dissolve, your system resists. Not with logic, with fear. This fear isn't dramatic, it's subtle. It shows up as self-doubt, restlessness, wanting to go back to old patterns, sabotaging moments of peace, missing situations you once prayed to escape. And then, you judge yourself for it. You tell yourself, I should be better by now. Why do I feel worse? Am I broken? But what's actually happening is much quieter. An identity is losing its function. For years, this identity kept you alive, alert, prepared, protected. It knew when to brace, when to expect disappointment, when not to hope too much. And now, it's being asked to step aside. Of course, it panics because identities don't disappear peacefully. They dissolve slowly. And in that space, there's nothing solid yet. No clear replacement, no new narrative, no familiar emotional ground. Just space. And space feels like death to a system built around tension. So your mind reaches backward. It recreates old thoughts, old emotional loops, old pain, not to hurt you, but to reestablish familiarity. This is why people relapse emotionally, even when their external life improves. The nervous system doesn't ask, is this known? Healing is threatening because it answers, no. This is the part no one prepares you for. Healing is not a straight line upward. It's a quiet dismantling, a slow unlearning of who you thought you had to be. And in that process, you may feel less motivated, less certain, less defined. Not because you're regressing, but because you're no longer clinging to a story that explained everything. Pain gives meaning, even when it hurts. When pain leaves, meaning has to be rebuilt, and rebuilding takes time. So if you're in a phase where life feels strangely flat, emotions feel muted, you don't know what you want, you miss something you can't name, this isn't failure. This is identity withdrawal. An old self is resting, and the discomfort you feel is not a sign to go back. It's a sign that you're standing in unfamiliar territory, without armor for the first time. You don't need to rush clarity. You don't need to force positivity. For now, awareness is enough. Just notice when peace feels wrong. Ask yourself, which version of me is afraid to disappear? Because letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't erase what you survived. It simply means you no longer need to be organized around it. And one day, quietly, you'll realize something important. You weren't stuck. You were loyal to the identity that kept you alive. And you're allowed to thank it without becoming it again.